Hi, I'm HEALYMEANS. Welcome to my channel and welcome to an unboxing video. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here for the second TEMU unboxing video. If you haven't watched the first one, make sure you check that out, where I fumbled and mumbled my way through the USPS versus TEMU drama of how I got these packages. But I did receive two packages. I did an unboxing on the first order, which was only 3 products. This order, however, is a lot more. Before we get into the items, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel. Click that notifications bell. Make sure it is set to all. Like, comment, and share with everything you know, y'all. Now, let's get into this TEMU haul. This TEMU order has a lot of items. Mostly household stuff, maybe some garden stuff. I don't really buy the clothes and the shoes and stuff. I have purchased some bandanas. I've purchased some hats that I wear when I do my trail walk, but I haven't really gotten like shoes and clothes and stuff like that. Definitely no food or consumable items, but household items, things I can take with me during travels and stuff like that. Yeah, so I ordered this stuff a long time ago, y'all, so let's see. It might be a surprise to both of us. What did I order? This is the bag, and unlike the last video, I did take the time to like cut open the bottom so we don't have to go through all of that noise. Probably a little bit, but not as much. This first item, the box is a little banged up, but y'all, TEMU is really good at packaging this stuff, so the box might look a little thrown off, but the item is okay. Okay, I know what these are. I'm trying to move away from plastics in my home. Just plastic cups, plastic utensils, plastic storage items. And this is one item that I purchased in support of that. Now, I'm not sure if I did an unboxing video or if I even showed you, because maybe this was an Amazon purchase, but I did purchase some glass storage containers. So I had some single compartment glass containers. They do have a plastic top, but the storage part, the bottom part of it is glass. And so I ordered some. They had some circle and some rectangle and some square ones. That was single compartment. And then I did order some 2 compartment storage containers. Well, one size was larger than the other rectangle. I saw these on TEMU and I was like, okay, you know what, let me try these. Now these are metal. These are metal storage containers, and it's supposed to be stainless steel, food grade, that kind of stuff. And it's just another way for me to move away from plastic. And I just kind of squeeze these, and it has a little bit of give, if you can hear that, but it bounces right back out. This is good for me on my health journey because I'm trying to make smarter and better portioned size meals, and this is good for leftovers, or if I just want to gauge and say, okay, this will be one meal. The food that I make fits in this size container, because honestly, we do eat a lot more than what we actually need, and I have found that out through my weight loss journey so far, where I have lost up to, I think, almost 35 pounds, but I am now at like 27 pounds also, because I gained a few pounds back over the few weeks due to my injury and all that kind of stuff. But I think these are good storage containers. I think this is dishwasher safe. I prefer to wash the dishes in the sink though, but this is dishwasher safe. Do not put this in the microwave. This is metal, so don't put this in the microwave. This is for a refrigerator. I believe you could put this in the oven, but not the microwave. And then the top, the top fits on there. it doesn't seem like the tightest. So if you have liquids, I would make sure that you don't put liquids like all the way to the top, but you know, the top is on, it doesn't fall off. And this is good for me, like I said, mostly for refrigerator storage of leftovers, or if I'm doing meal prep, I can already have my meals made. And yeah, the next item is a repurchase, and these are more of those long style gloves. So these are the thinner plastic gloves that come all the way up to the elbow, and I like to use these for cleaning. I like to use them when I'm doing food prep in the kitchen, like if I'm handling like ground beef or just meat or whatever, and all the time I don't want to get that stuff all over my hands. I like these because they come all the way up to the elbow, and sometimes when I'm working with food or whatever, it comes beyond just the wrist of where normal gloves that you get, and I end up having a little juice or a little whatever like right above my wrist. These cover all the way to the elbow, so you ain't gonna miss nothing if I got meat coming past the elbow, y'all. So these are a repurchase, and I bought 3 packs of these. I think it's 10 gloves, so 5 pairs in each. The next item that I purchased are, these are fruit bags. Well, I'm gonna be using them for my fruit and my produce in the garden. And these are smaller bags, smaller than what I thought, but I do have some larger bags of these. But these are good for like single fruit, like some of my smaller apples or even my lemons, some of my smaller fruit, even if I want to cover them as they're beginning to grow, and then when they get large or too large for the bag, I can take them off. But it's 100 of these in a pack. You can use these for other things too, and I probably will, but I specifically bought them to use in my garden. And I know y'all saw that YouTube short or whatever it was. I think I did post it as a YouTube short. Y'all, I have a rat in my yard. Now, we have already that same day went and got a trap, got the bait, all that kind of stuff, y'all. Home Depot is my friend, and we haven't seen the rat in the trap, but we need to catch it because I have stuff growing out in my garden now, y'all. I have cucumbers, I have tomatoes, I have cantaloupe and watermelon growing. I got all the things are growing, and I just, y'all, I can't. Now, I know this is not gonna stop a rat, but that bait should. The next thing that I purchased are these gloves, and I think these are like the cut resistance gloves. This is the cut resistant for your arm. So this fits like a sleeve over your arm, and then it has, I believe so, like your thumb sticks out of here, and then the rest of your fingers stick out of here. So it will fit you like this and just help you when you're working with sharp tools or whatever to just protect yourself. So I got that. English, slide arm sleeve onto your arm, ensuring a snug fit. To clean it, hand wash with mild detergent and air dry. I bought these because I'm going to be buying more subprime and primal cuts of beef, like whole chickens, whole lambs, or cuts of lamb or whatever. I'm going to cut my own steaks and portions of meat, and I just wanted to have these to help protect myself, y'all, because them knives be sharp. The next thing I got, y'all, you see these right here? I need these. I don't know if you see me in my vlog in the car videos where I'm always like adjusting the strap, because I'm telling you, I feel like it'd be about to slice my neck. These are just the protective pads that go over your seatbelt. And even though my seatbelt is black, the inside of my car is cream. This is darker. This is darker than the inside of my car, but I purchased these, and you get 2 per pack. Like, that's all I need. I'll put one on each of the front seats, and let's see if it says, it just says beige 2 pieces, but these are for your seatbelt, and it's cushiony. Let's open this up, and this is, oh, it feels real. It's like a plush, soft. This is the pattern. This is what it looks like, and it's just Velcro. So you open this, you wrap it around the seat belt and then just Velcro it closed. I like, oh, this feels real soft. This will be much softer around my neck as compared to the seat belt. The next thing I have is something that I'm using in my kitchen. If you remember a while back, I bought one of these, but it was one long piece. It's a rubber mat that fits around the sink faucet, so the water doesn't collect on the sink counter, like around the faucet. It guides the water into the sink, so you don't have all of that water collecting around the neck of the faucet. And instead of getting the one whole piece, because it didn't fit quite right, I got these two pieces that'll fit more along the sides of it instead of around the neck. So I got these two, one for each side. I can also put my sponges and stuff on here. This might actually be a little bit too wide or deep for the sink area, but I still like these because these are a little bit thicker, more durable. They seem more heavy duty, but also being flexible. And I just like that it has that spout to purposely pour the water back into the sink from this one area, not across the whole width, because then you could end up with water everywhere. So I'm going to try these out in the kitchen and see if I like these better than I do that one long narrow strip. The next thing that I got was something for my garden, and this is like a bulb plug. Some people use this to plant flower bulbs in the garden. And what you do is you stick this in the ground and you basically able to pull out the dirt of this size. So you have this area, you put this together, push it down in the soil, let it go to grab the soil, and then pull up. And it also has measures, so it has centimeters and inches. So let me see if I can show you that. So it has centimeters and inches. It is 10 centimeters or 4 inches, and that's way deeper than what I would ever be planting anything into the ground normally. But if I do plant something in a 4-inch pot and I want to get that depth and that amount of soil out, that way I could just fit the whole 4-inch block of soil in the ground, I can use this. This also to me works better than shoveling up the soil. I've always wanted one of these tools, and now I have it. Y'all, I gotta open this up and see what this is, because just by looking at it, I don't know. Oh, I know what it is. So this is something to put in between like the stove and the counter, and I believe it's 2 pieces. Yeah, it's 2 pieces. Do any of y'all have a space between the stove and the countertop? And sometimes food or trash or stuff could fall down in between. Well, that's what I bought these for. So you just line this up front to back in the space between your counter and your stove. And I believe this short side goes toward the stove, and then this long side goes toward the counter, because you don't want too much of this over onto the stove. You don't want it to catch with the heat, and I have a gas stove too. So this is the short side, so this goes on the oven side, this goes on the counter side, and this just prevents just trash food, extra seasonings, juice, whatever, from dripping down in there. And so I won't have to pull out the whole stove just to grab up food or whatever that fell in between. So I got 2 of these, and these are long enough. I'm sure in the description it shows how long it is. It tells how long it is, but this is probably about maybe what, like 18 to 24 inches long. So it's definitely long enough to fit the full depth of my stove and counter. So that's why I bought these 2, and I can't wait to try these out, and hopefully it'll save me on my cleaning time. These I bought, y'all, because I'm gonna be dyeing my hair soon, and I need to protect my ears. So as you can see, I have a lot of grays and stuff. Again, this is not a hair video, but I'm just telling you why I bought these. And I don't want to dye my hair with box dye or have it chemically dyed or treated like that. But I do want to use a natural dye. So I'm going to be using henna and indigo. Even though they are herbs and they are natural, they can still stain. And I'm trying to protect my skin. I don't want to be walking around with green skin or red skin. So I bought these. And these are little covers for your ears. So see, look. Y'all, this is so cute. So I can protect my ears. Let me see if I can get this on. Alright, yeah. So I can protect my ears while I'm dyeing my hair. Now, I still need to put something across here to protect like my forehead and everything. But for my ears, I'll actually have this plastic to go over and protect. And I believe there's 100 of these in this bag, y'all. So that's a lot of hair dye. But I mean, I can also use these to cover over small tops of things. Y'all, I don't know. You can find more uses for something than what you originally purchased it for. And I'm definitely going to do that. Now, y'all, let's see what this is. Because, again, I made this purchase a while back. So, I don't remember everything. But I repurchased almost everything that I ordered in the original order. So, I must have really wanted all of this. So these are another thing for my garden. These are garden tools. Lord, these things are sharp. I'm trying to get this tape off, y'all. We're going to edit out the struggle. These are 2 tools for me to use in my garden. You see, one has a flatter edge and one has a more pointy, sharper edge. So these are just tools for me to use if I want to get around individual plants, if I want to help dig out areas, or if I even need to do some pruning. These edges are very sharp. So here's, like I said, a kind of flat one. And this is just the tape that I just took from around it. Of course, I'm going to clean that off. And this one is more of like a pointy spade type tool. More tools for my garden, y'all. I had to look at these for a second, but I know what these are. These are 9 pairs of arm sleeves just for me to wear out in the garden. Because I try to wear long sleeve when I work out in the garden. But y'all, sometimes it's too hot. I don't feel like wearing long sleeves, but I know I need to keep my arms protected. And so I got these. So it's multiple colors. You can see the different colors in the pack. And plus, I think it shows it on the description. Let me just take one of these packs out and show you. And they feel like stockings almost. I like them because they stretch. They don't tear. It's thin enough to where it's not gonna feel hot on my arm, but it is gonna give me some level of protection from the sun, from the bugs, etc., etc. And I have 9 pairs of these. So you will see me with these on as I work in the garden and future backyard shenanigans videos. And then the last product I got, y'all, because this is a long video, but the last product I got is, if you remember, these were like the like outdoor like netting umbrella tents. I got the smaller size of these and I still use them, but when I purchased my GREENSTALK seed starting kits, they are much larger than the small tents of these that I had before. So I decided to purchase larger ones. I don't think these cover the seed starting tray 100%, but I don't know, they might. And then I can also use these just across the tray if I have some of my 4-inch pots or even some of my gallon size pots. I'll see how tall this is. I believe it's tall enough to fit a gallon size pot if I had a smaller plant in it. But I'm gonna find a use for these. And you see they pop up like this. If you see like this middle piece right here, I'm hoping that this can show through. So you just stick this in here. It clicks, hold on. It clicks in like this, and then it sits on your table, your surface, whatever. And I think it was initially meant to protect food when you're having something outside, like a picnic or some kind of outdoor event, to protect your food. But I'm going to be using these to protect my plants. And then you just push this top down, and then it folds right back up like an umbrella. So ladies and gentlemen, this was just quite the adventure with these last 2 TEMU orders. Why the TEMU delivery people put the packages in the outgoing mailbox, y'all, I don't know. But I was able to get both this order and my previous order thanks to the USPS. Y'all, hold on. Am I giving the post office some credit? I guess I have to this time. If you're considering shopping at TEMU or making a purchase, I do ask that you use my affiliate code or my link. I really appreciate it. It helps me out. But like I said in the previous video, I'm not telling you to order from TEMU, but if you do, use my code. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all I have for this video. Please remember to subscribe to my channel. Click that notifications bell. Make sure it is set to all. Like, comment, and share with everyone you know. And until next time, be safe, be well, and be blessed.